Alright, so this is segment 2 of this women's USBC final, and this segment will be definitely interesting since this is the first segment that we played against Lynn Baker and Karen McCullum, and they play a very aggressive system. They open basically all their 5-card suits at the 2 level when they're non-vulnerable, so that can lead to some pretty unique and interesting competitive decisions. And also, I know that Karen is extremely aggressive with her preempts sometimes, so I was playing with Beth Palmer, and we were playing against Lynn and Karen. At the other table were Lynn Dees and Juanita Chambers playing against Pamela Granovetter and Joanna Stansby. As you recall, they're playing their relay precision with, again, a lot of auctions that you may not expect to be happening at the other table. So we start off with this board. My left-hand opponent opened 1 no trump. My partner bid 2 hearts, which for us showed hearts and a minor. And when it went back to me, I can pretty much tell that her minor is likely to be diamonds. Of course, sometimes it is clubs. So I had a few options, and I think I didn't exactly choose the best option here. So I definitely wanted to show some sort of a good hand. The question was how much exactly to bid. So I think that... So partner is white on red, and this would be the worst time for her hands usually, is what I thought. And with only 3 trumps and a singleton in her suit, I thought she might have trouble roughing out all of her suit. And I had the king of clubs that was kind of dubious value since the ace does rate to be behind it. The ace of spades is of course good as an ace. And, you know, the red kings in her suits are good. But I thought that I didn't quite have enough that I wanted to game force and just completely bury her. I think looking back on it, what I might have tried is I might have tried 2 no to ask for her minor, and then if she bids clubs, actually, I can probably bid 4 hearts. And if she doesn't bid clubs, if she bids diamonds, I think I can bid 3 hearts, which she should probably take as an invitational heart raise still. But instead, what I elected to do was I just bid 3 hearts, which I'm not entirely sure if she would have definitely interpreted 2 no followed by 3 hearts as invitational, but this one is clearly invitational. And Beth decided to pass. And as you can see, in the play, you'll end up making 4 hearts because the way that the heart suit is, the opponents can't really be leading hearts that profitably. So if you look at top losers, you only have 1 diamond and 1 heart as top losers, and you're gonna lose a trick in the wash, really. So they let a spade from the east hand, and my partner started on her ruff, and West let a trump to try to cut down on the ruffs. Of course, this compromised her trump position a little bit, but it's probably the best play. And now my partner continued on roughing things, and crossed and roughed a thing, and roughed a thing. And now she cashed the ace of hearts to see what was going on here, and when West had the other trumps, she could cross to the king of clubs and elope with her last heart still by playing either a spade or a club. So the game is a little touch and go, but it will basically be making here just because I think that even if you don't get to ruff all your things, you might be able to set up your 5th diamond since you have the multiple entries to your hand. But it's not necessarily a game you definitely want to be in because it's not 100% making. So now, the next board, my partner opened 1 club, which as you'll notice she had 11 points, so for some people this is very light. We do open basically all our 11-point hands when we're non-vulnerable. And Karen preempted 3 diamonds, and I elected to make a negative double. and now Lynn jumped to 4 hearts. And this was passed around to me. And if you'll notice on the actual hand, 4 hearts is not making, but 5 diamonds is likely to be making, which they actually made it at the other table. So when it went passed around to me, I thought my partner might just double 4 hearts if she had the hand that she actually held, with some heart values and basically no interest in bidding further. Uh, and I also thought she might have tried 4 spades with, some sort of offense, like a hand that couldn't double 4 hearts but had 4 spades. I thought might actually try 4 spades. So not knowing any better, I decided to bid 5 clubs. Since I did have king, queen, fifth of clubs, and I didn't really know what was making. And generally, if I don't know what's making, I just try to bid one more. And Karen found a good double of this, I think, with her could be 2 or 3 tricks in her hand and a heart void, and her partner jumped to 4 hearts. She's probably thinking we're not making this. So partner had obviously the worst hand with 3 small clubs. And my partner played a thing to lead the thing up and gave Karen a ruff. And now Karen can do one trick better by exiting a spade and give her partner a ruff. But she didn't really know the count on the hand, and I don't think she expected Beth to have 4 spades over there. So she played the ace of diamonds, and now Beth was able to split trumps for to go down 3. 2. To go down 2. I think. How many did you go down? 9 tricks, right. So we actually won 3 imps here compared to 5 diamonds at the other table, but if I had just passed out 4 hearts, we would have won a bunch more, since 4 hearts can't possibly make. So the next board, kind of a nothing board for me, if I recall. Karen opened 1 heart, I passed. Lynn bid a spade, my partner threw in a 2-diamond overcall. Karen made a support double. And Lynn continued with 3 hearts, which shows a limit raise in hearts. And now Karen tried 4 clubs as a forward-going slam try. And Lynn cubed back 4 diamonds, and Karen doesn't like the 4-diamond cubed, and doesn't have that much more than her 4-club drive, so she signed off. And Lynn decided that she didn't like her hand that much because she had no values in her partner's suits, so she passed also. And if you'll notice, it's a pretty good slam. You can pitch the spade on the ace of diamonds, so it's going to be on one of 2 finesses, basically. And as it turns out, both finesses were on, so I think she actually ended up making 7 for a push. Alright, Alright, my phone keeps ringing. Anyway, so the next board, Lynn opened 1 spade, and they had some bidding. Generally, I think this is normal. So 2 clubs is just a normal game force. Lynn bid 2 diamonds, which I'm not sure what that is since it was alerted. Karen showed spade support. More spades, something in cubed in hearts or something, and they ended in 4 spades. I think they play a little bit of weird stuff in their 2/1 auctions, so I'm not really going to go over it in depth. Anyway, Beth found a heart lead. And this is actually kind of a tricky hand to play. You have a lot of stuff that you want to do on the hand for sure. And you could try to pitch 2 clubs and just work on the diamonds, or you could plan to pitch 2 diamonds and ruff a club. So eventually what Lynn decided was to do that, play 2 diamonds and or to eventually pitch 2 diamonds and ruff a club. And so she played the club to the jack, and my partner played a trump because she could see that the clubs were needing to get ruffed. And obviously I can't really gain by playing the king, so I played low and followed suit for a while. And I did give a suit preference for diamonds in my heart suit because that's like the only thing left in my hand, right? And I know that partner's not going to play a diamond if she gets in, so So now Declare was stuck on the board here, and that was her last entry to the board. And she basically had to decide, had Beth led away from something like King Third of Spades, and I had the Ace of Diamonds, or did I have the King of Spades and Beth actually had the Ace of Diamonds? She had to decide which finesse to take, and eventually she decided to try the Diamond finesse since she had the additional chance of the King dropping Doubleton if that lost. But unfortunately for her, the Diamond finesse was offside, and the King of Spades did not drop. So we picked up a few imps here. At the other table, they timed the play a little differently and then got to try both finesses. So now my partner opened one spade, and I made a super aggressive bid here. I bid one no trump, or semi-forcing, and I thought that just barely, if partner had spades and hearts, that we might have a vulnerable game. So that's why I decided to bid. I think that I should probably have the King of Hearts to bid here, but eventually, I thought for a while, I decided whatever, vulnerable game, and bidding one no doesn't have as many advantages as it does in other auctions because it's unlikely that the opponents have something good since they're both past hands now. So I think that I probably percentage is to just pass this hand. Of course, at the other table, they don't have this problem since they play precision. North is going to open some sort of strong-ish club, and South will get to do whatever, and they'll be able to stop at a lower level. But unfortunately for me, my partner had a game-forcing hand, so she bid 3 clubs, which shows a variety of hands. I bid 3 diamonds asking, and she bid 3 spades. I don't think she bid 3 spades. I think she bid 3 no trump, and I think the Vugraph just has it wrong. Because 3 spades would show a game-forcing spade single suitor for us. So 3 no would just show that she has a game-forcing hand with spades and clubs. So, yeah, bad Vugraph operator, whoever you are. So I bid 4 spades, of course. I'm not going to kick it out in 3 no. And actually, with a little bit of luck, this contract could have made. Unfortunately, the luck was not in, so we floated down 2. And basically what we needed was like hearts 3-3 and the king and 1 spade on side, which and she also needs to guess hearts, but so at least 1 heart on her has to be on side. So we'll just say that probably it's on side and she can guess it. So in terms of calculating the math, it's not a good game. It's in the low percentage range. And when 2 of these things didn't happen, she did go down 2. And I think that if you're only in 3 spades, you can probably just play to make 3 and play this contract a little safer. So back to being a tied game. And I see the Vugraph commentators making a cute little comment here. So my partner opened a club, and we play 14 to 16 no trumps. So this balanced 17 count is not a 1 no opener. And so now this allowed Karen to overcall 1 no trump. So I passed, because I didn't know my partner had anything. And Lynn bid Stamen. Karen said no. Lynn bid 2 spades. And this was actually a problem board, because on Beth's side of the table, the bid was alerted as showing 4 spades and a longer minor. And on my side of the table, it was just alerted as spades, and when I pressed further, she said it was non-forcing. So clearly one side of the screen was given misinformation. And per their notes, it does actually say that this bid shows 4 spades and longer clubs, which was information that wasn't given to Beth. Because the reason Karen didn't say it is that per their system, if you have a weak hand with 4 spades and diamonds, you would just pass 2 diamonds. So, anyway, had Beth had the accurate information, of course not accurate to what the actual hand was, she certainly would have led the ace of clubs trying to give me a ruff. But on this deal, she decided to underlead her ace of hearts, hoping to catch Declare with something like king third or king jack third, and she had to lead something, right? So she naturally assumed that Lynn's suit was diamonds. So she assumed that Lynn had something like 4 spades and 5 diamonds and probably a singleton club, so she didn't really want to lead a club, set up dummies clubs, and so she decided to attack what was probably Lynn's side suit, she thought, like the 3-card side suit, and hope we get our tricks here before the clubs get set up, because her diamonds weren't going away. But anyway, once this happens, unfortunately, she is just making 4 now, since I don't get any roughs. And we didn't end up appealing because we were ahead by a pretty significant margin after the end of the day. So we decided not to appeal, but I think we probably would have won the appeal since Karen should have at least said it showed spades and longer clubs. So now Karen opens a heart and they bid some stuff, and Karen made a help suit game trying diamonds, and Lynn jumped to 4 hearts, which is reasonable because, I mean, she has like a really good diamond holding, a 4th trump, a doubleton. Unfortunately, this is not really enough for slam, which is where Karen is headed towards. So slam is basically on 2 out of 3 finesses, and I believe today all 3 of the finesses were offside, so you can only make 4 hearts, and this result was actually duplicated at the other table. So now I have another hand. I open 1 club and Lynn overcalled a spade, and Karen bid 2 hearts, which I'm not sure if Lynn thought this was forcing or non-forcing, but she decided to raise to 3 hearts on a doubleton because she thought her hand was too good. And Karen was 6-4, so she bid a game. So I naturally led the ace of diamonds. And I'm not sure what the best legitimate beat of this hand is, because you can legitimately beat it. But when I led the ace of diamonds, dummy hit with a singleton, so I thought that I should just play a club now, because there is a small chance that Declare might have to do stuff, and a club lead might make it harder for her to do that. So I led the 9 of clubs, and my partner can tell really that this is not a singleton, I think, because, I opened a club, so she knows it's not a singleton. So she won the ace and played back a spade for me to win, and I continued a club. I thought it was just barely likely my partner started with stiff ace, but even still, I didn't want to play a spade because I was pretty sure Declare had a singleton spade since my partner returned the 4, so I wanted to just cut Declare off dummy so she couldn't just draw trumps and claim, basically. So now Declare could have actually made this hand, I think, if she had won on the board and pitched her diamond losers and then just played for King 10 doubleton of hearts on side, which is a magic layout. But once she won it in her hand, she can't, I guess once she wins it in her hand, she can even still rough a diamond and do the same thing, pitching 2 losers now and still lead the jack of hearts, which the favorable heart position is still there. But I'm not sure exactly what she played for, something like stiff king of hearts. Although if we did have stiff king of hearts, then when she roughed the diamond away, then she would still have to lose to the 10-4, I think. So anyway, so then she went down 1, and they were only in 2 hearts at the other table, but we did pick up a few imps. So now, next board, lots of bidding. Karen opened a club, and I have pretty good hands, so I made a takeout double. And lefty bid a spade, partner passed, as they always do. Karen bid 2 spades, so now I just bid 3 diamonds. That's my suit. If I had 4 hearts, I might have doubled again, but with only 3 hearts, 5 diamonds, I didn't want to really strongly suggest to partner to be bidding hearts here. And so I went pass, 3 spades. And so I doubled again here because I was pretty sure that they were not going to be making 3 spades. And I was hoping partner would just leave it in. It really felt like to me that since the two-spade bidder was the one bidding three spades, that they were probably on a 4-4 fit. If you look at my hand, I have like a ton of defensive tricks. Almost certainly the king of clubs is on my right. So even if my righty has a stiff diamond, which basically she's guaranteed to have a stiff diamond here, I'm going to have still at least 4 tricks clearly, and so many opportunities for a 5th trick, even just in my own hand, like with these 2 jacks, that I think that coupled with the fact that partner might have a trump trick for me, made me double, because I thought they might actually be going down 2. Of course, imp odds, if you think they're only going down 1 versus making, obviously you would never double if you think they were making. But I just thought that it was like impossible that they could be making this contract. And Beth could tell that I was short in spades. She probably didn't know if we weren't on like the clearest page on this double, so she decided to pull in a 4 hearts, just so we wouldn't go for minus 530. And 4 hearts, as you can see, is a wretched contract, and we won't go through the play. I think she drifted down 3, but luckily we're white, so it's no big deal. Alright, so next board, my partner opened a no trump, 14 to 16, and so I just have some random hand. I transferred to, my plan was just to transfer to spades and pass here. And Lynn doubled this for the lead, and my partner bid 3 spades, which per agreement is a super accept, but not like the nutter ball super accept, which we would bid 2 no with, I think. Now, unfortunately, so once she did this, suddenly my hand grows up a little, because sure, I don't like that double of 2 hearts, but often that doesn't actually mean anything, because partner can very well still have the ace of hearts here. But what I really liked was that I have this singleton, I have an ace and a king, and I have 5 small hearts. So I have none of my points, sorry, 5 small spades, so I have none of my points in spades. So it's not going to be like a hand where we have 10 worthless points in spades. When you have a 9-card fit, it's actually a little better to have your points outside, because the opponent's high honors are all going to be crashing, right? So then I just bid a game. And as you can see, game is actually very, very good. Partner has no club wastage, which was fantastic. So we have a club and a heart off the top. And we just have to be able to play spades for only 1 loser. So on a good day, it would be king and 1 in the slot, and we'd make 5. Actually, we might even make 6, because she might duck the heart, and then we could take the spade finesse and pitch our club on the diamonds. But on a bad day like this one, you can see that Karen had king 10 third of spades offside, which turned into 2 spade tricks here. And so my partner took the safety play in spades here, cashed the ace, and then crossed and let a spade up. And my partner tried to drive out that so she could pitch her club, but Karen was having none of that. So this was a push at 4 spades down 1. We both got to a pretty decent game that happened to go down. So far, this is a pretty tight match still. A lot of pushes at some pretty not pushy results, like 6 hearts down 2. So now Lynn and Karen having an auction here to 4 spades. And Beth accidentally here let us trump the jack of spades from jack 10 third. And luckily, Lynn thought for a long time, and I think eventually she decided that Beth would probably not be leading jack from jack 10 third ever, so she decided to just go up with the ace and be able to play trumps through me, I think. And when my queen fell, she was probably a little disappointed she hadn't let it ride around. So actually she can make this contract still by not taking a hard finesse, and just eventually I think my partner gets end played. But she did take that finesse, and now my partner has 4 natural tricks and just cashed her 2 aces and waited for her spade trick. And at the other table, they led a low spade from Jack 10 third, so there was never any hope for making the contract. So now, I did comment that we're not making a lot of things, which is true. I don't think anyone has made anything for a while. So now they opened a weak no trump, and my partner made a penalty double. My righty bid 3 clubs. So I bid 3 diamonds, which is a great description of my hand. It says I have diamonds, and it says that I have values. And I didn't open 2 diamonds because we weren't playing weak 2 diamonds, and I didn't quite have the right kind of hand to open 3 diamonds, I thought. But once my partner shows values, I'm happy to be bidding 3 diamonds. And partner bid her 5-card major, and if I had continued with 3 spades, that would have shown a 4-card suit, and she could have raised me, but I had 3 trumps, so I raised her to game. And they led this thing. And if you can see all the cards, then actually the contract is not too difficult here. There are a few different things you can try. You can cash 1 trump and then start running diamonds through this person. Or you can rough some things. But you'll be able to dispose of your 2 spade losers in some fashion. Well, you rough 1 and you pitch 1 on the diamond, basically. So we finally made a game. Yay. Pushboard. So now Beth opened 1 no trump, and Karen made a very aggressive 3 diamond bid. So I bid 3 hearts, forcing, and my partner was a little boxed. She didn't have a diamond stopper, so she continued with 4 hearts, hoping that the Queen Jack Doubleton here was enough. And so now we had never discussed it, but I do feel like it's right for continuations here to be natural, since the no trump opener can definitely sometimes be bidding a 2-card suit when they're boxed. So if you're getting to a slam, you really want to actually play in your fit. So I tried 5 clubs, basically figuring, because 4 spades for us would presumably be kickback. So if I bid 4 no, that would show a spade control. So I thought that if I bid 5 clubs, that was kind of a weird bid, right? Because, like, could I really be making a slam try and not having a spade control? I mean, that's very strange, for sure. So I think that, I mean, it's possible my partner thought that I was just groping for a diamond control, but, I really hoped that it was natural. But anyway, so she kind of had a pretty mediocre hand with only 2 trumps, and obviously we hadn't discussed about how I hope it was natural. So she bid 5 hearts, and if I had bid over this, I could have bid 5 no, pick a slam, to try to get clubs in the picture. As you can see, our club slam is much better than our heart slam. Unless it goes like, well, yeah, but I mean, it's just better anyway. But I just passed 5 hearts because I was worried that suits might be breaking poorly with the preempt, and we were on very unfirm footing, and I mean, it's good to bid vulnerable slams, but it's not good to be in vulnerable slams going down. I mean, plus scores are always good, right? So I was declaring they led the Queen of Diamonds, which I was sure was stiff. So I won it immediately. And basically what I do now is I have 2 options. I can try to just draw trumps, but that will guarantee that I have a diamond loser. And then if hearts are 4-2, and the ace of hearts is with Karen, she could cash her diamond, play another diamond, and promote her partner a trump trick. So I definitely didn't want that to happen. So I decided to try to just play on some spades, hope that Karen had at least 3 spades that I could just pitch my diamond. So I did that, and that, and that. So okay, good so far. Now it's time to draw trumps. So I played the jack and Karen won the ace. And continued the king of diamonds, which I ruffed with the 8 because it's not really going to hurt me to ruff with the 8, I don't think. Just in case Karen has something like ace 9 doubleton. But if she over-ruffs this with the 9, then I can still draw trumps and lose only 2 tricks. But as it turns out, she actually followed with another diamond, which I was not expecting at all. So now I wanted to continue drawing trumps. And so I was definitely worried that Karen might actually have a club void on this hand, because so far she's turned up with like basically no distribution and jumped to 3 diamonds on king empty 6th. But when I played a club back to hand, she followed, and then I drew trumps and claimed. And we actually did 1 trick better than no trump because we didn't have to lose that diamond. And as you can see, 6 clubs is a pretty good spot, and if 6 clubs, if trumps are 3-2, then you have basically no problems. And if trumps are 4-1, I think you still might be able to make it if you time the play very well, possibly. But I just decided to go a little low here with the preempt. So now North, my partner bid a diamond, I bid a spade, and she jumped to 3 hearts, which shows like a 14-15 count with shortness in either clubs or hearts. And the commentary is not accurate, and they say she assesses her hand to a game raise, but I can bid 3 spades and sign off here if I had wanted to. But with 5 trumps and a void, I just decided to bid a game. Obviously, I'd rather my void not be in her suit, but you can't have everything. And so they let a heart, and I'm definitely not going to take the heart finesse at trick 1. So I won it, and this kind of hand is a little complicated, but you can obviously see that definitely I need to ruff some clubs. So I just let a club up and won it because I wanted to see what was going to happen. And East hopped up with the ace. And this commentary is pretty silly. I get the splinter, I do not get the evaluation. I would simple raise. Like, no one in the world would simple raise on this hand. That would be insane. Like, your hand, like, compare this hand to, like, a balanced 11 count, which is what you could have for your simple raise. Like, you're, like, 1,000,000 times better than that. So they won, and I was hoping they would just play a trump. That way they wouldn't get started on tapping this hand out, but she did play a diamond back, and so I was forced to ruff this trick. And so I ruffed a club because I need to deal with some of my club losers, and I wanted to see what kind of club position it was, and Karen followed with the queen. And I was pretty sure she was not false carding me here because I doubt she had ace king queen, and she didn't really know the club suits enough that she could just throw the queen from something. So now I could see that Karen had ace queen doubleton of clubs, and like ruffing a few more clubs is not really going to work well because she might actually over ruff me. So I still have a few more plays for the contract. So if, for example, if trumps are 2-2, then I can actually even afford to just draw 2 rounds of trumps and play, eventually at some point drive the heart and ruff my other club, but I would eventually give up a club, a heart, and the club I already lost originally. So I just played the king of spades, figuring that, you know, since Karen only had 2 clubs, if anyone had the long spades, it was going to be her. So if I was going to finesse, I was going to finesse through her. But the queen actually dropped, which was great. So now, if I can guess the position, I will have a sure line to make the contract. Basically, if Lynn has the queen of hearts, I have to finesse it. And if Karen has the queen of hearts, I have to play king and a heart. And the reason I can't finesse it is that if Karen has the Queen of Hearts and wins, then she can tap me with another diamond, and I won't be able to get back to my hand to enjoy my fourth heart. So here my plays are a little bit scripted. I played a spade to my hand to draw her trump, and then I ruffed the club high. And I just decided to play Karen for the Queen of Hearts, basically. And she did have it. So here, when she was in, she could play something, and whatever she played, I would ruff or win the trump and draw her last trump, cash my winner, and give Lynn the last club for a pretty happy result here. At the other table, they never bid with my hand, so they sold to 3 diamonds. So we picked up a few imps. And now I think this is the last board. So my righty opened a weak no trump, and we don't have a bid to show this hand over a weak no trump, so I just passed. And Lynn jumped to 4 spades, which ended the auction. And partner led the 10 of hearts, and I thought about playing the king to show her what, or playing the jack, but I mean there's just no reason to, so I just played the 7, figuring that, you know, probably like she'll just continue hearts, like why not, right? So now Lynn drew trumps in 3 rounds, and here first I have an easy diamond pitch. I encourage diamonds, and I have to keep parity with the board because I don't really know what Karen's hand is. And on this trick, I had to decide what to discard. So eventually I thought that it was very unlikely that we had more than one heart trick coming to us, since she did jump to 4 spades. So I thought I didn't need to keep that 4th heart either, so that's what I pitched. And if she had continued with another spade, I would have really been in trouble, because I really didn't want to pitch a club, right? Since my plan here, yeah, I mean, I can very well see that there's no reason to win the first club trick. Even if Declare has a singleton club, they'll just be able to pitch a loser on the club anyway. So what's the point? Like, literally no point. So I didn't want to pitch a club so I could hang on to ace third. So they did lead a club up, so of course I ducked. And they like make some sort of like noise about like ducking smoothly. But I mean, these kinds of plays are just pretty standard. So now they played a heart, and so I won that, and I cashed the other heart, or tried to try to get the heart position. And so now I know Declare has 6 spades, 2 hearts, some number of clubs, some number of diamonds, and there's really nothing more to the play now. They're going to lead up another club, and because I ducked the first time, they just are on a guess as to who is the ace and who is the jack. So they put in the queen again. I played the ace. I played a club backs because I didn't want to play a diamond back, right? I still don't really know who has the king of diamonds. I certainly don't want to lose our carefully fought for club trick. And now it doesn't really matter. Declare claim down 1. So this had good defense. It's pretty normal defense, actually. Winning the ace of clubs is not really gonna ever help you out here. I mean, the only way it could help you is if Declare had 2 heart losers, or Declare had 3 heart losers, and 1 club, and those were the tricks you were gonna get somehow, which is super unlikely. I don't think that would really possibly be the case. They might have tried a different bidding sequence. So that was the last board, and we picked up a couple swings at the end, so we ended up winning this set by 20 and change to put us up exactly 20 at the end of this set.